This one has looked a little funky the past few days, from day 6 to now.
Let's grow a pumpkin to talk about. Pumpkin to talk about. Backyard of your house. Pumpkin to talk about. Growing Brussels sprouts. Growing big. Pumpkin to talk about.
This is Albuquerque Gardening. I'm Alan. Welcome. It is... How do I always forget the date right before I'm about to do this? It is July 8th. Time for another update. Normally film these on the weekends. Didn't this time, so we got a little more progress between this last video and today's video. So let's check it out. Let's show the main vine, I guess. Yeah, it's a little busy down here. And I think that's the main reason a lot of people get rid of the stuff immediately on the crown, is because it gets to be a busy area. These aren't going to do much, so I'll cut those away. Several days have been hit and miss with needing the mist. And, you know, man, what is this update? This sucks. We have a lot of secondaries. Some of it is a little, needs some more filling in. For instance, this little area here is actually a redirected tertiary vine that I had coming off of here, and I redirected it down to fill in this little area, and it's almost hit the end area. I think what I might do is I'm still burying as I go along, but I might take that little vine and end up crossing it over the main. It's very controversial. I might cross it over the main vine to go to this other side and start to fill in this area, because look at this. This is quite a little wide open spot we got here. I think I was doing a little bit of overwatering, which probably led to some of this slowdown. It's a first season with automated watering and automated mist. That was bound to happen, I guess. Goat heads. Let me explain something about goat heads. These things are the worst. You know, you step on. I walk barefoot out here a lot. You step on one of those that's been left behind. Oh, you're gonna have a bad time. But yeah, so the excessive watering, I assume, probably slowed things down a little bit. But this side's doing pretty good and picking up speed. We're almost at the end of the bed on that area. I expect this stuff will fill in the next week, something like that. And then the shorter ones here, right around the pollination area. Or we'll show it. Yeah, so I think it's about time for another feeding, actually. What's that magic supplement we keep using? The calcium nitrate. So, you know, this kind of cobra-headed up off the ground a little bit. In the last 2 days, it was significantly higher in the air. I did see that comment relating to determining how much nitrogen is in the plant based off of, you know, how high the vine is sitting up off the ground. It was higher, it's gone down. It's time to fill it back in. But look at this, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 feet before the end of the patch. Yesterday was Monday, which by this season's rules meant this needed pollinating. It's the season of Mondays, apparently. Yeah, so that newest one pollinated yesterday. I can probably go ahead and take this off, open this up, and cut that away. But I have one hand free, so I'm not going to do that right now. Things are looking alright. This is our other Monday pollination. I believe this one was actually like a Thursday or Friday pollination, so a rule breaker. But overall, I feel like we have a good little amount of space here. Oh boy, the mist. Just when I start to get some traction, the mist comes on and pushes me out of where I was. I don't want to get the camera wet, so yeah. It's Weed City over here. Look at that. We're subletting. We have room for more. But anyway, yeah. So we're reaching near the end of the patch. I'm happy about that. I have not been as responsible as I need to be when it comes to cutting away the male flowers before they open up in the mornings. protect the bees. And with that, I've unfortunately killed a couple bees, and I don't feel good about that. I don't think the rule is that you need to crack a few eggs to grow a pumpkin, so I don't want to kill a few bees to grow the pumpkin, so this is the end of my season. I'm joking, no, this is not the end of my season. I just need to be more responsible about the pesticides and cutting away those male flowers. Since we've pollinated everything we're planning on pollinating, there's really no need to keep more male flowers. So that gives me a good opportunity to go through and start cutting away ones that are a little bit younger. Cut away the younger ones so I don't have to maintain cutting ones that are going to open on a daily basis. Now that the mist is off, yeah, look at the space that I still need to fill in here. So I've got some options in terms of how to go about that. Doing something a little tricky there. There's another little tertiary vine right there that's coming across, and I'm going to try to, it's basically a race to see which vine fills in this area, because I mean, look at this. I think I was definitely overwatering again, because look at that stunted little vine tip. It was growing and then it got stunted, and one of these vines has a terrible looking little pumpkin on it that would have opened, but it did not open. Yeah, so we'll find a way to fill that in. These other areas, this one, like this guy, I'll probably turn to the right, let fill in some of this area here, immediately the opposite side of that. And yeah, so got that little guy that's about a week old, I'd say. Didn't intend to pollinate that one. It was a flower I missed, got pollinated. Then we've got the littler one, and we'll show the bigger one afterwards. So this one I'm sussing on. This one has looked a little funky the past few days, from day 6 to now. Yeah, so this one's looking a little funky. It's got little pits on there, and I'm worried that this one's not going to take. It's clearly in the better position. It's got more secondaries than this one does. This one is day 8. Yeah, 8 days after pollinating. And I noticed these little spots and discolorations showed up after I had this little chair sitting over top during rain, and the pumpkin got some water dripping on it from that spongy material, and then I started to see those spots. So, you know, I think it's more than likely that this one probably is aborting, but my brain wants to say maybe that's not the only thing that happened. Maybe the dripping from that chair, the chemical, the sponginess, whatever is in that stuff probably did something not so good, but I'm not worrying about it. To the other pollination from yesterday. I'm not entirely sure that this is one that we're going to keep, which is why I haven't done a whole lot with it. I'd like this one. We'll see how that goes. But then let's look at the one that is currently larger. Alright, so that's the other one. A little scale next to it. This is DAP 15 days after pollinating. A little bit smaller than a little bit smaller than a beach ball, bigger than a basketball. I'm liking it. It's nice and round. I know a lot of people like their fruit to be longer. This one has a little bit of a longer shape to it than the other. Again, why it would be ideal if that one takes, but we'll see. Yeah, 2083 blood, so this is, you know, we're moving along. Something tells me that this one being 12-13 days after pollinating, when this one was pollinated, is causing this one to maybe not grow so well. Maybe it's going to abort because of that. Who knows? Who knows, really? But yeah, I'm a little scatterbrained today. That's all I can really come up with for an update. I'm sure I'm missing all kinds of stuff. I dumped out the compost tea bucket. Became a mosquito breeding ground. That's fun. Let's get some West Nile virus while we grow a pumpkin, right? I guess we should measure the 14 day, yeah, 15. Let's go ahead and measure the bigger pumpkin. Get an estimation of our current weight. Okay. We've got our measuring tape. We're going to take some measurements on this and get an estimation. The estimation calculator that I'm using is giantpumpkins.co.nz. Giant Pumpkins, New Zealand. This is the one I'm using. We need to take 3 measurements. It'll be the circumference around the pumpkin, end to end being stem to blossom, and then lastly side to side, and then we will enter those values into this page and it'll give us an estimation. I'm selecting imperial inches and pounds, so let's go end to end. Right, end to end is to the ground on both sides. That is 27. Side to side inches. You want to do this at the widest point. Make sure you're even. 27 and a half, and it's basically 28. So 28 side to side, and circumference. Lastly, circumference. So I'll make sure there's no sand on here. The skin of the pumpkin is still tender. So I'm going to do it this way so I don't scratch up the pumpkin. And you want to measure around the widest point. Bring it all the way around. 37 and a half. End to end, side to side, and circumference. Total inches 37.5. That's for our estimated weight. 21 pounds today. I don't like that this website also tells me that I'm 2,729 pounds away from breaking the world record. I don't think I'm going to get there. It's probably a little early to be doing the weight estimations. It's only day 15. I think most people start that around day 18 or 20. We'll check back in on day 18 or 20. What's 7 days from today? It'll be day 22. So we'll check back in on our regularly scheduled filming day. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, follow along. Thanks for watching.